You, yes you, fellow FGO player, do you feel that? That feeling in the air? Something big is coming. And I think you know who it is. More! Morgan is one of the best berserkers in the entire game. She's not only a very good farmer, but she's also good for challenge quests and other things like that. She is a very complete character, and let's talk about it. She has a 2 Arts 2 Buster deck with 12,193 attack and 12,440 HP. Morgan's first skill. It increases the party's attack for 3 turns by 20%, and it charges her own NP gauge by 30%, and it reduces all enemies' defense for 3 turns by 30%. Also, her attack up is by 3 turns as well. This skill is crazy! It's also on a 6-turn cooldown. This skill is crazy! The reason it's crazy? 20% attack up and 30% MP charge! And we're gonna see some more MP charge later. And also, this would already be a good skill, but reducing defense? Her second skill is a targetable 20% NP up that increases the party's NP gain by 25%. This is one of her, probably her weakest skill, but saying that is more of a compliment to the other skills than it is to say the skill is bad, because obviously this skill is very good. Also, it's on a 5-turn cooldown, which will come into play later. Her third skill is Allah. So we're going to break it down section by section. The first thing on her first skill, grants herself gut status for 1 time 3 turns, and she revives at 3,000 health. Second part, increases her own crit star absorption for 3 turns by 5,000. Third part of this effect, increases her own crit damage for 3 turns by 30%. Then we're going to skip a few lines here. The whatever number effect of this gives crit star 15 crit stars on when you click the button. Then she gets this is the part that's a little stay with me y'all. Grant self regen buff for 3 turns, and the self regen buff I'm out of breath, man. Reduces all enemies' attack. So reduces all enemies' attack by 20%, 1 turn for 3 turns. So what that means is you get the debuff and it lasts for 1 turn, but like every turn it redoes this thing. It goes, get hit with the debuff, and then the second part of that is reduces the critical attack chance 1 turn every turn for 3 turns. We're going to come back to the crit chance stuff later. But yeah, that's the third skill, 7-turn cooldown. This skill is insane, obviously. I think you can probably tell because I ran out of breath talking about it. This skill's really good. Usually I don't talk about the passes, but she's got a lot of ones that impact her performance pretty greatly. So we're going to talk about it. She got 5. First one, Mad Enhancement. Shouldn't that be Madness? What? Mad Enhancement. She enhances her Mad. Increases bust performance by 8%. Magic Resistance. Increases own debuff resistance by 20%. Item Construction. EX too. So she's the greatest Minecraft player of all time. Increases debuff success rate by 12%. Territory Creation. B. Increases her own arts performance by 8%. And I think the 5th one is the one that is kind of spicy. Fey Eyes. It increases her own critical attack. Sorry. How do I mess that up? I'm reading it. Critical attack chance resistance by 20%. So, we'll talk about that later. Here's a photo of Morgan hitting a home run off of Clayton Kershaw. Now time for the big thing. The Noble Phantasm. Roadless Camelot. It's a Buster AoE NP. and it does a lot of things, so bear with me. You know I'm amazing at reading stuff. Increases their own damage against Round Table Knight or Fey trait enemies by 50% for 1 turn. So, there's not, like, a lot of Round Table, you know, servants, and there's, or just enemies, and there's also not, like, a lot of Fey enemies as well. But still 50% damage, you know, that's a hefty, you know, buff. But anyway, so that activates first, then she deals damage. This hat is going to fall off. Whatever. So then it deals the damage. Then it inflicts curse status with 1,000 damage for 5 turns to the enemy. I mean, curse is funny, man. Curse is funny because you'll get characters that are their entire purpose is curse, and then you'll get this cracked character and she just does curse for free as well. But she has some curse synergy. You could, if y'all like cursing, she's gonna help you. Then here's where things get crazy. She overcharges the party's NP by 1 stage for 3 turns. I'm gonna talk about the effects of this later, but this is arguably okay. This is the part for challenge quest. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is for farming. So then the overcharge effect is another extremely strong thing about her NP. It deals extra damage to man attribute enemies, and you might be thinking, oh man, that is a very big category. That is a very large category. You could check it yourself. The man attribute category is a lot of servants. Because it's not men, it's man. It's like human, you know? Anyway, so at 100% overcharge, that's 150% damage up. And so that's a really nice niche to hit, because we're going to start getting characters where their NP is like, oh, okay, you know what, but if you hit this at niche, they're dead, you know, they get out, you know, but this one's pretty good. I wanted to jump in here real quick and talk about some recommended craft essences and command codes. This is going to be a very brief segment, and kind of some obvious choices, as you can see on here, but first one, obviously, is Kaleidoscope. Turns out Kaleidoscope is a pretty good craft essence. Obviously, if you have the append skill leveled up with Morgan, she will just have 100% immediately. But also, since she has a 20% charge, you don't even necessarily need the append skill. But if you're running Kaleidoscope, you probably want the append skill. And if you have max Kaleidoscope, you know, you're OG. Second one, obviously, Black Grail. Increases MP damage. You know the drill. Black Grail is really good. Now one more, which I'm sure a lot of you know about, it's not out yet, but is Cranking. Cranking is really good because it's Buster up and NP damage, and start with 50% NP gauge, and it's free from the April Fool's event next year for NA. But obviously if you're using Oberon, this multiplies the NP damage, so you're going to be getting a lot of damage. And then I kind of want to just briefly go over some command codes. Mostly I think you kind of want to just use, command codes are so flexible and you can just use whatever, but getting ones that you can get stars from is nice. So I just brought up some of these ones that gain stars. So obviously this is an old one. The Saber Christmas Santa for 4 stars. Hey, nice. And then some of these other ones come out later or are coming out in a while. So this one I believe comes out this year in Halloween. But this is just grant 3 stars and remove. Okay, nice. This one is also, this one has amazing art. This one increases star absorption on the card and grants 2 crit stars. 2 crit stars, like, okay, well, do whatever. But, if you start to stack them up, you can maybe get something else of this one next year, Halloween, I believe. Yeah, for NA. But yeah, anyway, curse, any curse memers, out there, probably will put this on too. But command codes just have so many, there's so many command codes, and, you could just rock. But yeah, those are craft essence I wanted to mention. Those are command codes. Obviously, this was just a basic, section, because, you guys can, mix and match and stuff. And Morgan is such a good character. You could just basically throw on a 50% battery and rock. But obviously in harder stuff, you want to have some of these, Black Grails, Cranking. I love that name. Anyway, okay. So now I want to talk about something you guys have probably heard of, the stall comp. So the stall comp is a composite. Why did I move this way? The stall comp is a party comp that aims to put you to sleep on the wheel and then wake up 8 hours later and realize the boss does not have any damage done to him, and you have to spend another 8 hours doing it. But that was before Morgan. Now with Morgan, you get an added damage dealer to this already popular comp. So let me brief you on the comp. So the old, the concept is spamming Artoria Caster, that kind of niche character. Her NP gives a little effect that makes everyone invincible, but it's not like invincible. It's like a really good skill. You guys know who freaking Artoria is, but anyway. So guess what effect that is on the NP? It's the overcharge effect. Guess what Morgan does? She overcharges. So the concept of the stall comp is basically you take characters that can overcharge and other support characters, and you make Artoria give you like 4 or 5 stacks of the what is it called? It's translated, but the silver shield, So the kind of original comp, I would say, was Himiko, and then Merlin, and then Artoria. Obviously, there were some differences, and you could change things here and there, and it was kind of you could mix and match and stuff. But main was Artoria, and then some like really good support like Merlin. The problem with Himiko was not only did she have a lot of buster cards, so arts and stuff didn't really work, but also she was kind of it was the damage was very based on crit. Just I'm getting this like 100k crit buster card every 6 turns or something. Probably not that infrequently, but but now with Morgan, you get a pretty consistent damage with the NP and just other support things as well, like defense down and all her other debuffs she gives. The problem for me is that she's a berserker and she can just die. But silly Prussia, that's not going to happen because she has crazy amounts of crit hit resistance. She doesn't get hit by crits, and that's the main factor, right? That's the main thing that can happen to a berserker, right? Is I'm on turn 74. Just got triple targeted and got hit with a crit at 20k and she's dead. Maybe a guts up, but that's a 4 turn off. What's the word off? Whatever. Anyway, so that's the stall comp. Definitely, you're going to see a lot of people do that, I think, is with Morgan instead of Himiko, and then Artoria and Merlin, normal Merlin. Rhaenys, I kind of like Rhaenys as well in that comp. This is not a Rhaenys video, maybe later. But she gets a buff after Morgan, so that, right? Yeah, after Morgan. So that's not applicable, but you're going to get a lot of variations of the stall comp later. Alright, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room, Koyan and buster farming. So Koyan will come out. I'm not the schedule guy. I'm definitely not the schedule guy. But, probably like a year, or not a year, oh my goodness, a month after Morgan comes out. And she will enable buster farming very, very well and almost bring us into a new era of Fate Grand Order. And Morgan is definitely one of the key cogs in the buster farming machine. And I'll talk about that right now. So, obviously, as you can tell by the NP, she has a lot of damage up and stuff, But that, who cares? I'm not going to be fighting man all the time. Maybe he will, I don't know, Anyway, but she's an AoE Buster Berserker. And you're thinking, okay, well, we got a few of those already, What makes Morgan so special? Well, Morgan has a lot of NP charge. So let me hold on one second. So her first skill charges, because I forget if the first skill is 30%. So first skill is a charisma plus a defense down, plus it charges her own NP gauge by 30%. And that's on a 6-turn cooldown. And so, all y'all mathematicians out there, listen up. Or all the people that aren't mathematicians. Anyway, you know what I mean. So, the way Koyan works, if you not know, this is not a Koyan video, but this is just a quick little thing. So, the reason she's so good is she obviously gives Buster up and stuff, but her NP skill reduces the cooldown for the targeted character by 2 turns, not 4, 2 turns. So what that means is any character that has NP charge has a chance to use that on the 3rd wave. And Morgan is applicable because it's 6 turns. So what you do is you click the first skill, then you click the first Morgan skill, then the second Morgan skill, which, if we remember, is the targeted NP 20% up with NP gen up. You click those 2 skills, probably on her, and then you give, and then Koyan gives -2 cooldown on that, and then the other Koyan, because you're using 2 with a support, gives another -2, and then wait a minute, now it's only 2 cooldowns. Wave 2 will be 1 cooldown, then wave 3 you have it again. Yes, very strong. Wait, did I do that math right? Yeah, we're good. Anyway, so that's really strong. Now, I'm not the math guy. There's plenty of YouTube videos on Koyan looping. That's not about Koyan, it's about Morgan. But just keep that in mind. That is how you farm with hers with Koyan. So that's going to lead me into the next section. Wow, this Prussia guy is amazing. He gives eloquent sentences and explanations and never fumbles over his words. I believe him. I'm going to summon for 3 copies of Morgan. Oh, hold on. Someone's calling me. Hello? Oh, it's my accountant. But... Okay. Are you sure? Okay. He just told me that there's 3 other very strong characters coming out. And that I should not summon for Morgan. I don't believe him, though, He's not the nicest guy, the accountant. I'm going to do what I want, I'm going to do what I want. Let me ask the Prussia guy what he thinks about summoning for extra copies. Should you summon for multiple copies of Morgan? My immediate answer would be no. Let me give you a couple reasons. Number 1, she gets a lot of rate-ups. If you want to check yourself, go to the wiki, go to the JP events, go to blah, 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 blah. There's probably more resources as well to find banners. But you can see she gets a lot of rate-ups. That's number 1. Number 2, Koyan, who we talked about earlier, which is an important cog into the wheel of society, Buster society, if you will, comes out in like a month after she comes out, I think. I'm not the schedule guy, but... and you don't want to, like, blow all your St. Courts and maybe money, getting 2 copies of Morgan, and then you can't really farm with her efficiently because you don't have Koyan. So that's 2 reasons. And then 3 and 4 is Melusine and Oberon. Melusine, who's coming out later as well. Very strong character. Not a support character like Koyan, but kind of takes... is in a similar role, I would say, to Morgan in terms of farming and has some challenge quest stuff. Very strong character. Melusine is a very strong character. And then Oberon, who is a support character. I would say, now I am not, you guys do what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you who to summon for. I'm not here to tell you what you summon for. If you watch this video and then you summon for 5 copies of Morgan, that I wish you the greatest luck, But I would say Oberon is one level down from Koyan, but still pretty important if you want to get him. Definitely makes the game, I don't want to say easier, but the game definitely shifts after Oberon comes out. And you'll see a lot of 90++ nodes and stuff where Oberon is a little necessary. And that's not to say, I've played JP for a very long time, and I don't have Oberon, and I've been fine. I do not. I never really felt like, oh my gosh, I don't have Oberon, I'm completely fucked, But, just a warning, you should probably try to get him if you care about meta, but who cares about meta? Meta's not important in this game. So, that's why I would say don't summon for Morgan, or don't summon for multiple copies, if you are trying to get her. Because also, I think the major thing, I think the first point is the most important point, is that she gets a lot of raid ups, and you're going to have a lot of chances to get her. So yeah, just, if you're summoning for her, I wish you the best of luck, and don't go crazy, try to, summon and spend within your reasons. I wish I listened to that myself sometimes. But yeah, good luck, and that's the end of this segment. All right, that was Morgan. One last thing I kind of want to talk about is there's a character that comes out in a few years for NA. Koyan. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to keep it 100. I don't even use Morgan anymore on JP. I think I have her grown to 100, and she's MP2. I really don't use her that much. One, because I just have Kukulkan for Buster farming. And two, I kind of like doing different. I've never really liked using Morgan on stall comps. This is just my opinion. Like the stall comp section, that was more facts or whatever. Not, my opinion is I like using Himiko, and also now I like using Rhaenys and Proto Merlin to have a 0 damage. But Rhaenys is really fun. But I just kind of wanted to say that, just for people that are really planning and really, I'm gonna back up a little bit, and really just want to have the whole next decade planned out for Fate. I would probably say Kukulkan is a little better than Morgan. So if you are just a meta dude, if you're just a meta person, I would say maybe skip on Morgan. She's such a popular character, though, and I like her a lot, too. So this is more for my meta boys and girls, my meta people. But if you're a meta person, you probably don't need my opinion. And I think one other thing I want to say is with Koyan's release, because I'm probably not going to make a video like this with Koyan's. I think the game changes. War changes. Wars change. And we start to get to an era that I really like in terms of the gameplay, where this block of time, and this is filmed before JP anniversary, there could be some quick servant release or whatever. It really feels like you can use almost any character and have success with them in the game. If you are Buster and have an AoE, and you don't even necessarily need a battery. You can do some crazy stuff and be able to farm. like for me, like Nobunaga, represent Avenger Nobunaga I used a lot, and I didn't even have Oberon, and because I just liked using her, and she was my favorite character, and I think that's the cool thing we're starting to get to, because right before Koyan Sky release, I feel like you only had that for arts. Like arts was very like, okay, you can free foam. What word am I looking for? Free form. That's the word I'm looking for. Free form stuff. That's still not correct, but anyway, and just mix and match and go, hey, I want to use this and double Artori or whatever, and it's fun. And Buster gets that. Quick, you'll have to wait a little bit, and even then, Quick is still not like that, because if you don't have Buster cards or not, you're kind of, when Summer Scotty comes out, I still think there's going to be a big Quick servant buffer or support that comes out here soon. But yeah, I kind of just want to talk about that, and I just want to let y'all know, don't get too into the weeds of like, I gotta get Morgan, I gotta get Melusine, because you don't. There's probably plenty of characters you have on your account that will work fine as long as you get the support characters. So, overall video, this isn't like a should you summon, this is more just like the video. This is the Morgan video. And I think overall, very strong character, obviously. Very strong, over the top, you'd almost say. Because not only does she farm, she's also really good in challenge quests. And she's just really good just in a lot of things, But I would say personally, Koyan might be better, arguably, later down the line. That's way later down the line. And this is also, whenever I say stuff like that, like someone is better than someone else, it's only by a little bit, and it's only really for farming. It is based on the level of investment you have, right? If you have an MP5 120 Morgan, probably going to be better than your MP1 Kukulkan, right? And it is a little unfair of me to compare, I think. Especially the only reason I'm not talking about Melusine is because I don't have her and I don't have experience with her, and I don't really want to talk out of my ass about Melusine because I don't have her. But I do have Kukulkan and I do have Morgan, and they're pretty similar investment level. And just my personal experience has been, I use Kukulkan more than Morgan, and I don't really use Morgan much anymore. And for stall comps, I use a different comp. And yeah, but if you are a new player, if you're even year, 2 years, she is, Morgan, I'm talking about, is one of the best characters in the game. That's just, nothing will defeat that, and I would probably recommend getting her if you like her. Also, her first ascension is awesome. The background with the like blue trees, that is like one of the coolest arts in the entire game. I wish I could get a background of that. Also, she would play left field on a baseball game. Bye-bye.